Bonjour, this is Christy Lynn Sevier, and I'm happy to present my integrated leadership model for contemporary organizational leadership. I currently work at St. Louis University, so I included a photo of our brand new Student Visitor Center in Queen's Daughters Hall. A brief introduction to myself. I have over 10 years of experience in college admissions. Prior to SLU, I was at Louisiana State University as a recruiter and then later as the campus event and visit coordinator. I have been in my current role at St. Louis University for 6.5 years, with the last 3 of those working regionally from my home in South Louisiana. Our office is made up of several departments, including the visit office, domestic freshman admission, transfer admission, international admission, communications, and processing. As you can see, it is a very dynamic environment to work in. In this position, I do wear many hats. My primary job duties involve our Alumni and Parent Billiken Ambassador program that I founded. Currently, our volunteers attend approximately 400 college fairs per year all across the United States and in several other countries. We have just over 600 active volunteers that are attending fairs, hosting events, and serving as interviewers for our competitive scholarship events on campus. Their efforts help us to achieve our annual enrollment goals. I serve on the department management team, and I also work with prospective students and their families from Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama. Over the course of this class and our reading of Roger Gill's Theory and Practice of Leadership, we have learned about the 5 leadership competencies: mission and vision, shared values, strategy, empowerment, and engagement. I included a wordle that I created at the bottom just to show words that come to mind when thinking about these 5 leadership competencies and their impact on our organization. For this project, we were tasked with developing an integrated leadership model to illustrate how we see the 5 competencies coming together. As my model demonstrates, I see this as a continual process with one step leading to the next. Once you have articulated your mission and vision, that sets the groundwork for establishing shared values and strategic planning. If effective, this leads to a culture of empowerment and engagement. I see those last 2 as very closely tied together. I then put a circle with the words culture and environment in it to show that this doesn't happen in a vacuum. The culture and environment have a tremendous impact on the process. One of the areas where this class has helped me grow as a leader is in self-assessment. This has always been a weakness of mine, so I really embraced this opportunity to work on a weakness. I thought it would be easiest to illustrate my areas of strength and opportunities for growth in each competency by using a chart. When completing this self-assessment, I struggled with which metric to use from the stakeholders to whether or not I should evaluate myself using our office or the university as a whole. Ultimately, I decided to use our office as my reference point. Our office has a mission statement and a vision that we wrote as a group a few years ago. It exists, and we do a great job of living it out daily, but none of us know it. On the management team, we have discussed ways to make a more concise statement and articulate it moving forward. This class has really brought the idea of fit to my attention. Under shared values, I found that I am a strong fit with our organizational values. An opportunity for growth for me is to do more to encourage others to practice our values. I say that, but the reality is that our office already does an excellent job of this. It's one of the primary reasons why we have continued to be successful in a very tough college admission environment, while so many of our peer institutions have struggled to make their annual enrollment. For strategy, my entire professional career has been in a very data-driven industry, so I do feel that making data-driven decisions is a strength for me. Seeking input from others is a known weakness that I will continue to address. Under empowerment, I believe I excel at coaching others and sharing my passion for the industry with them. I do need to do a better job of promoting open communication. I am very shy, which can sometimes be interpreted as standoffish. I identified recognizing my emotions and their impact on my work and expressing confidence in others as areas of strength under engagement. Opportunities for growth included developing referent power and open to being influenced by others. I do feel that working remotely does put me at a disadvantage in this area. It isn't uncommon for me to see my colleagues only twice a year, and I do feel that I used to be better at both areas. This will be an area of focus for me moving forward. Looking forward to next steps, I want to take these 5 competencies and do a better job of applying them to our volunteer network. One step will be to develop a mission and vision statement that is specific to the volunteer organization while staying true to the overall ideals of St. Louis University and the Office of Admission. Shared values and strategy are areas of strength for us. Empowerment and engagement are both focus areas for me over the next year. The volunteer network has expanded so much that it is no longer possible for one person to staff each and every fair. Over the next year, I will be working to set up an area management network. For high fair volume areas such as Miami, Los Angeles, Houston, and Dallas, I will be empowering a leadership team of volunteers in those cities. They will then have the responsibility of staffing the fairs and training the new volunteers in their area every semester. Our office will provide them with the tools and resources needed. Our volunteers are intrinsically motivated by their love of St. Louis University and their desire to share that with future Billikens. Personally, I want to make a concerted effort to work on my networking skills, soliciting more feedback from others, and continue to expand my involvement in professional organizations. Completing the organizational development and leadership program will also help me further my leadership competencies. Since beginning this program in January, I've already noticed an impact on my leadership skills. I am looking forward to even more learning and development as I continue with the courses. This concludes my integrated leadership presentation. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing many of you in future classes as we continue in our development as leaders.